Welcome to my webinar on teaching times tables across Key Stage 1 and 2. The purpose of this webinar is to show how we teach times tables across the year groups. Now we'll be discussing key vocabulary and methods when teaching times tables and outlining the structure in each year group. So what does the teaching of times tables look like in our school and why do we do it? An in-depth understanding of times tables underpins a child's overall performance in maths, which means that the better they know their tables, the easier they will find concepts moving up the school. In the UK, children are expected to know their tables up to 12 times 12 by the end of year 4 when they sit the MTC. In year 1, children begin laying the foundation of learning times tables by exploring early multiplication concepts in fun and engaging ways. Rather than memorising facts right away, they're introduced to patterns and sequences that help to build their understanding of how numbers work together. At this stage, students start by counting in multiples of 2, 5 and 10. This helps them to recognise and predict number patterns, key skills for multiplication. For example, they might count objects in pairs, groups of 5 or sets of 10, gradually noticing how these groups grow and relate to one another. Hands-on activities play a big role in helping children to visualise these numbers and their relationships. Using everyday objects like counters, toys, or even when pairing socks, children can group and count items to see how multiplication works in real life. Through these early experiences, children begin to develop a strong number sense and confidence with basic multiplication, setting them up for more formal learning in years to come. You can support your child at home by playing counting games, spotting number patterns together, and encouraging them to talk about how they can group objects together. In year 2, we focus on building a strong foundation in multiplication by ensuring that children fully master the 2s, 5s, and 10 times tables. This is done through a variety of engaging, practical, and visual methods that help students to understand not just the number facts, but the concepts behind them. Understanding multiplication as repeated addition is one of the first steps that we use. We begin by helping children to see multiplication as a quicker way of adding groups. For example, 5 times 3 is the same as 5, add 5, add 5. We use concrete resources like counters, cubes, and arrays to model this, allowing children to physically build and see the structure of multiplication. Once children are confident with repeated addition, we move into learning the 10s, 5s, and 2s. These tables are introduced gradually and practiced regularly through songs, games, interactive activities, and visual aids such as number lines and arrays. Children learn to recite the tables and apply them to different contexts. And they also explore patterns. For example, the 10 times tables always ends in a 0, and the 5 alternates between 0 and 5. We make meaningful connections to real-life concepts, such as linking the 5 times tables to telling the time on an analog clock. As clocks count in intervals of 5 minutes, students can see their knowledge of the 5 times tables and use them to read and understand time. In year 3, the focus shifts to mastering the 3s, 4s and 8s, building on a strong foundation from year 2. Children continue to explore multiplication through patterns and number relationships, which helps to deepen their understanding and improve fluency. We support students in seeing the connections between tables to make learning more meaningful. For example, the 4 times tables is taught as double the 2 times tables. So for example, 2 times 5 is 10, so 4 times 5 is 20. And the 8 times tables is introduced as double the 4 times tables. This helps children to use known facts to learn new ones more effectively. The key goal in year 3 is for children to begin to develop quick and accurate recall of multiplication facts, aiming for a response time of under 6 seconds per question. This fluency is essential for the year 4 multiplication tables check, otherwise called the MTC, and for tackling more advanced maths confidently. In year 4, the focus is on achieving complete fluency with all multiplication facts up to 12 times 12, along with the corresponding division facts. By this stage, children are expected to move beyond simply working out answers and instead to recall them quickly and accurately, with a strong understanding of the relationship between multiplication and division. A major part of year 4 is preparation for the National Multiplication Tables Check, a short online assessment designed to ensure pupils can recall all of the times tables facts with speed and confidence. Regular practice, varied activities, and targeted support help children to build rapid recall skills needed not only for the MTC, but also for maths going further up the school. These skills will help to ensure success in the upper Key Stage 2 maths curriculum, where strong times tables knowledge underpins more complex topics, such as long multiplication, fractions, and algebra. In years 5 and 6, we continue to reinforce and apply knowledge of multiplication and division facts up to 12 times 12 to ensure that children maintain fluency and accuracy. Whilst the focus in earlier years is on learning and recalling the facts, the emphasis in upper Key Stage 2 shifts to using these facts confidently in more complex calculations and within problem solving. Children apply their times tables knowledge across a wide range of topics, including long multiplication and division, fractions, decimals and percentages, area and volume, and algebraic reasoning and pattern spotting. Quick recall of multiplication and division facts remains essential, as it allows children to focus on solving multi-step problems without being held back by basic calculations. We embed the times tables practice into broader mathematical learning, helping pupils to see how these facts support deeper understanding and more advanced mathematical thinking. By the end of Year 6, students are expected to have fully internalised their multiplication tables, using them as a reliable tool for reasoning, efficiency, and accuracy across the entire maths curriculum. The Year 4 Multiplication Tables Check, the MTC, is a national assessment introduced by the Department of Education to ensure that all children have a solid grasp of their tables up to 12 times 12. It's designed to be a quick online check that helps schools to identify pupils who may need additional support with multiplication. Preparing for the MTC throughout the year helps to build fluency and confidence in number facts, which are essential for success in more complex areas of maths, such as fractions, long multiplication, and problem solving. Regular practice not only improves recall speed, but also reduces anxiety around the check by making times tables a more natural part of daily learning. It's a short online test that's sat every year in June by Year 4 children and comprises of 25 questions. The child will have 6 seconds to answer the question before it disappears. There's no pass or fail, but we aim for a class average of 23 each year, which ensures that we fall well within the expected standard for Year 4. Thank you for taking the time to watch this webinar. I hope it's proven helpful in supporting the learning of times tables in both key stages.